What up, people peeps? It is March 26, 2019, 4:08 p.m. This is episode 422. Yeah, I just scrolled up, make sure I was correct about that. Nope. Somebody wrote somewhere, and I thought it was Ariel, but I'm not sure. I can't remember where I saw it. I think the comment was that this looked like it took a really long time to draw. Like a couple hours, a few hours. I started a little bit earlier than usual last night because I tried to go to sleep about 11, but that's about the time that somebody needed to do laundry right outside my door. And they got this fabric softener thing, and they like to shake it, and it goes chicka. So I was like, well, screw it, might as well get up. Turn on my light, start drawing, and of course knock on the door. Hey, since you're up, let's go have a chit chat. Okay, you wouldn't let me sleep. Now you won't let me work. But I started drawing this about maybe 1 or so. I said I tried to go to sleep about 11, but it took me that long to get around to working. People. So Michael Avenatti was arrested. The thing is, and I know that I don't like conspiracy theories, but it is a funny coincidence that the day after Donald Trump says, we're going after all my enemies, without anyone's ever criticized me, because it's treason, to criticize me, Michael Avenatti gets arrested on both coasts. He is indicted in L.A. He wasn't arrested on both coasts. He's indicted in L.A. and New York within minutes of each other. Those indictments come down. And I'm sure he's guilty. I mean, I'm sure he's a sleazebag and stuff. But remember when you couldn't turn on the TV without seeing Michael Avenatti? And he was talking about running for president. Even Stormy Daniels fired him, though. He was accused of spousal abuse or domestic violence, which the charges were dropped. His law firm was evicted and sued for $200,000, and now he lost Stormy's defamation suit, and Stormy was ordered to pay Trump's lawyers. And she says that Avenatti filed that case without her permission, and that he created a crowdfunding page to pay her legal bills without consulting her. So she fired him. If a lawyer cost me $300,000, I'd probably fire him too. And now he's being accused of trying to blackmail Nike. And the stuff, those are the charges from New York, the Southern District of New York, by the way. And the ones in LA are that some of those are that he lied about his financing in order to secure loans, which, by the way, is something that Donald Trump has been accused of doing, but nobody's indicting him for that. They're going after him for that, really. It's kind of funny. Donald Trump's revenge is to get everybody arrested for shit that he's done. Anyway, this is a great example of a cartoon that's good for newspapers and not so much for the internet. What I mean by that is, what works well on the internet doesn't always work well for newspapers. It's like you can draw something really vulgar, and your echo chamber can just love it. It can just be so anti-Trump and just gross, and just like it can involve like a sexual procedure or technique, whatever you want to call it. And people would just go crazy about it, and it'll get 10 million shares, but not one publication in the country would publish the damn thing. And people would call him new genius. Oh my God, new genius will come up with that. But a cartoon like this, it doesn't really feed the base, because quite frankly, people are not going to get passionate. My echo chamber, they're not going to get passionate about seeing Michael Avenatti go to jail or be indicted. They're just going, I don't want to talk about that. Let's talk about Trump. So it's going to do well, but it's not going like yesterday's cartoon. Right now is over like 600 shares. This one doesn't even have 100 yet. It doesn't even have 60. But it will probably get quite a few reprints. So, And I was going to do a cartoon on the Mueller thing again, which I thought was, I know I've done like 3, but I thought this one's just really, I like it and I want to go there. But I needed a day off because I'm just kind of tired of the whole thing. And even though this one references the Mueller report, I just need a little break, a little bit, just get away. How about not even drawing Trump in the next cartoon? So, because yeah, sometimes I get tired of drawing Trump. I always get tired of drawing Donald Trump, actually. And I get so many compliments on it. People just love it so much, at least my readers. But it's actually something that I do get tired of drawing. I get tired of drawing his tie, I get tired of drawing his hair. I don't really get tired of drawing the eyebrows. That's weird, isn't it? Because it's just fun to make them look so stupid. Alright, let's read some comments. Arrow says, NJ just failed to pass marijuana legalization legislation. I'm so disappointed in my state. Definitely not the first time, but geez, NJ, come on. That is too bad. It will be legal everywhere eventually. Maybe we will be dead when it happens, but it's going to happen. Even in Utah, Emily, it will happen. I mean, hell, they made slavery illegal in Mississippi, so come on, it'll happen. We'll talk about your vocal cords. Any type of alcohol, dry out your vocal cords. And like the last place your body hydrates is your vocal cords. If you drink stuff like coffee, tea, or alcohol, dry throat. That is true. The one thing that always gets me is whenever people say, well, you need to drink tea with honey. And I'm like, but that's counter-effective. You're drinking something good for your throat inside something that's bad for your throat. You know? It's like taking an upper with a downer, which a lot of people do. How about you just avoid the tea? And tea is delicious. Coffee is delicious. But if you're going to go out and sing and perform, water. Water. And you know what? Super freezing cold water isn't great either. You just need to drink water. You know, get like a bottle of water and don't refrigerate it. I've heard that. Okay, I'm not sure if that was entirely true, but it makes sense. Errol has it on good authority that she's a nice and sweet person. From Akenta, who she keeps calling a filthy liar every time she says it. Well, then that's not a good authority. Well, Kenta's a good authority, but if you're saying that she's a liar every time she calls you, she's nice and sweet. See where I'm going there? Alright. And Errol also liked the black and white of the last cartoon. This was a lot of fun here, and I kept thinking that I was going to miss one of these little streams of confetti. And I kept going back over to make sure I hadn't, and every now and then I'd find one. There's one, there's another one. There goes another one. So, if you find one, don't tell me, because I'm going to be really, really, really annoyed. Emily was talking about The Walking Dead, heard that several people died in the last episode, but she doesn't know who. And I don't have to tell you. I'm not going to tell you, because I'm not going to make a spoiler, even though everybody who would watch this, who would watch Walking Dead too, has probably already seen it. I'm not very good at watching it anymore, but I tried to catch it last week, and now it's going to be a season finale next week. And Emily says she is a sweet girl. Has no why 420 is associated with marijuana, and I don't have to explain it to her. She doesn't need to know. She does have ever be legalized where she lives. And she checks out my Instagram comments. They are quite trollish. Yes, they are. Marijuana will be legalized eventually. It's just so stupid for it that it is illegal. That's why it will be legalized. Not because everybody wants to go out and get high. Everybody's going to become liberal about it. You know, I'm telling you, a lot of the Democratic candidates are talking about legalizing marijuana. One of them needs to shout it from the rooftops. You run on that, you will win the election. You know who else wants to legalize marijuana? Republicans. You will find like half of Republicans at least want to legalize marijuana, and they're passionate about it too. People like getting high. Democrat or Republican. People like tokens. And you don't know why 420 is associated with marijuana? I used to know that, but I forgot because to me it just wasn't really that important. So I still think it's something that you do need to know. In fact, I bet half the people that say it don't know why. So now I'm curious. I'm going to have to look it up again. Errol's just going to tell us, so we'll just wait for that. Robert Cotino said, I am just hoping that DJ Tito's past his time as president so that he can be indicted by New York State. Me too. And the Justice Department. Because the next president won't have to say go after Donald Trump, and they shouldn't, but they would do their job. Because they have career professionals working in the Justice Department, and they're not just going to forget, oh yeah, look at all this illegal crap. We can go indict him now. Nah, never mind. No, it's coming. And President Oso liked the cartoon, said it's funny cartoon. And Akenta like the cartoon and counted 42 bags. The last cartoon had a lot of bags in it, in case you didn't see it. Lot of bags, there's so many bags, and I can't do the counting for my bags. I had the wrong chords. Alright, I'll finish that song later. Emily will never see legal weed. Emily will never see legal weed. Alright. There, Emily. I did you a song. Alright. Our Ariel in New Jersey. But Errol can go get a really good coney dog. You should go to White Castle too. I want to go to White Castle. Errol, if I come up there, will you take me to White Castle? Alright, here is your cartoon, ladies and gentlemen. Bye-bye! Oh yeah, I stared at this thing for like an hour just trying to think, okay, what else can I write on these balloons? Alright, people, leave a comment, you will get a shout out, and probably going back to the Mueller report for the next cartoon. Come back tomorrow and you will see it here on the YouTube machine, on your YouTube device. Click that red button and subscribe to my YouTube channel so that after a year of this, maybe someday I will make some money at it. Goodbye.